Folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Watchword. This is a game that's coming to Steam on September 15th, 2025. I am playing this about a week and a half prior. What you see for the most part is what you get. It's not going into early access, it's releasing as a full finished product. There is a demo, so you can try it before you buy it. At least there's a demo right now. And it's one of those roguelike word games where you're going to be trying to reach a certain score before your time is up in order to progress in your run. Now, it looked like there was an easy difficulty setting, but I couldn't select it. I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe I didn't get far enough in the game to unlock easy mode, but there's like a blue little section for it on that meter, but I couldn't select it. It's weird. Anyway, so the word part of this game is this. You've got this grid, and you can expand the grid over time by upgrading it. And you're going to be drawing letters into your blue letter area, okay? But once you drag a letter off of that blue area, you're stuck with that letter. There's no undo button in that regard. So if you drag a letter from your blue area to the grid, and you don't want to use it anymore, you're stuck with it. You have to use it unless you drag it back to your green 3-letter draw area. So right away, I was kind of confused, I wish there was more of a generous undo feature, really, because I was playing around with words and I realized, oh wait, the letters I'm dragging here, I can't put back, so now what do I do? So at first I was a little irked by that, but it's still strategic in a way, in the sense that, okay, I can redraw the blue letters and get rid of the existing ones, and I can maybe save a couple in my green draw area if I want to. And ultimately what you're trying to do, like I said, is you're trying to create words in this grid. They all have to be connected, minimum of 3 letters each, and you're trying to get the best points, or the most points possible. Each letter has a green marks value, kind of like in Scrabble, and there's also a word score multiplier. They're called amps. They're like exclamation points. And I wish the game was a bit more forthcoming on that, because I was scoring amp points on words, and I don't know where this amp stuff was coming from. I didn't see any bonus amps on the letters, so I don't know if I get a default amp for having multiple words on my grid. I don't know. So I think the game could do a better job in explaining where these points are coming from. Yes, if you hover over the letters, it tells you what the green is, the green mark value is, but not where the amp stuff is coming from. So there's a little bit of confusion there, at least with me there was. But you get so many draws per turn, you get so many discards per round, that kind of thing. So I do like that. You can spend a lot of time coming up with some really cool combinations, and you're trying to complete the current trial by getting enough points within a certain number of rounds. And if you've played a roguelike word game, that's very similar. It's very familiar, okay? Now, in between is the really cool part. This is the part I like. In the upper left, you've got 2 currencies. You've got coins and cheesecake, and there's a special word that you're given. In this case, it's JARP. If I spell that, I get cheesecake. At least I think I do. And you're going to be given more of these special words to complete over time. If you do that, then you're going to get bonuses. So these are bonus words that the game is trying to get you to spell on your grid, if you can. And I like that. I like that there's things to shoot for. And I like that there are a lot of different vendors, and they each do different things, but they don't all show up at the same time. So on this round, you might have access to this vendor, this vendor, this vendor. I love that there's modifiers that will change the way the next round plays, and you can choose which quote-unquote watch guard is coming up. The watch guard is essentially the modifier for the next round. It'll do weird things, it'll make ghost tiles appear. That's another thing the game didn't really explain very well, is that ghost tiles are just tiles that automatically pop on your grid that you're forced to use, but I didn't know you could move them around. I'm sitting there trying to figure out how to get J as my last letter on a word, because it was in the bottom right of my grid. I'm trying to move it around, and I just couldn't get it to work, and I lost a lot of points doing that. Here I could move the letters around. I didn't know I could do that. I thought they were stuck on there. So little learning curve stuff like that. I think, I don't know if it's possible to put some more tooltips in the game to help a new time player learn these little idiosyncrasies, okay? But I really like the upgrading part. I like the bag building element to it. I like the, scoring. I'm not a big word person, but I enjoy, trying to puzzle out the best words I can come up with in order to get the most points. So, I for a word game, which I typically shy away from because they make me feel stupid sometimes, this one was a lot of fun. So I do recommend it. That being said, if I had any suggestion to the developer, it would be to make the game a bit more open when it comes to information on as to why things are happening. Those ghost tiles, I didn't know I could move them. Where the amp points are coming from. Does it look like I had any, but yet I was getting points for them. I don't know how I was getting them. And a more generous undo feature. Maybe that can't be done because that's part of the challenge or part of the whole thing. But like, if I accidentally like move a letter out there trying to spell something that I think is a word but really isn't, and then it isn't a word, I want to be able to move it back. So this game, like, it's kind of like the no touch move in chess, or the no touch rule in chess, where if you touch a piece you have to move it. That's how I felt here, and I wish there was a way to turn that off. Maybe that easy mode that doesn't seem to be working or not available, maybe make that a feature in an easy mode. Just a thought. So yeah, I do recommend this game. I do recommend it. My experience with it was overall positive. And yes, you can save and come back to it later. Just go back to the main menu. It'll ask you if you want to save. And yeah, that's really cool. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Take care.